program, Houston. Roger, we're discovery. On the right. She's running fine. Throttling. Coming up on the block of good. Good. We're looking good. Coming up Challenger, no lead throttle up. Mark. Roger, no throttle up.
Columbia, Houston, con check. Columbia, Houston, con check.
Good engine, 103, 103, auto flight control, see me close. It's looking good. Okay.
We are now in the countdown for the launch of the Space Shuttle Atlantis on the second mission to dock with the Russian Mir space station. We are now in the suit-up room, and we see our commander, Ken Cameron, and our pilot, Jim Halsell. Mission specialist, Chris Hadfield, who will be operating the remote manipulator arm during this flight. Bill MacArthur finishing his suit-up activities. And this should be Jerry Ross. These launch and entry suits are not very comfortable, but they're certainly functional.
T-minus 1 hour, 27 minutes, and counting. This is Shuttle Launch Control.
Atlantis, looks like we got everything lined up, ready for you guys to go, so have a good mission, and we'll see you back here in about 8 days.
Roger that. Thanks very much, sir. We sure appreciate the help.
TLS Cisco for ET LO2 pressurization.
Cox beanie cap now being retracted.
Flight crew OTC, close and lock your visors and initiate O2 flow. Have a good flight.
Roger that. Thank you.
TLS Cisco for ET LH2 pressurization.
T-minus 15 seconds. T-minus 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. We have a go for main engine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Liftoff of the Space Shuttle Atlantis with the Russian docking
Houston, good morning. Time to wake up and do the right stuff today with that docking module.
Now, you timed it perfectly. We were just coming into a beautiful sunrise.
Hey, Bill. I'm starting a payload-based survey. No rush.
And before we lose you, we are also ready for RMS on grapple.
Okay. Houston, we have the docking module camera on downlink. You could take it whenever you want to.
Hello, Chris. We have a good image up in the docking module. Looks like a fun place to enjoy yourself in zero gravity.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be empty for long, Dave, but it's a nice bit of space right now. Actually, we're quite impressed. that we can actually see the flashing lights, considering that most of that light has to be bounced from the sun.
Okay. 0.05. Yeah, that nudges us just up in there. Spot. Okay.
You were beautiful work, man.
Thank you, guys.
The Mir space station is now in its equivalent of free drift, inhibited from having any movements during the final phases of the rendezvous and docking. Atlantis is now at 40 feet from the space station. Commander Ken Cameron will be slowing the descent. It's now 8 feet from the space station, closing at a rate of 0.07 feet per second.
8 inches. 4 inches. Now. We have capture. Capture. Look how close that thing is.
Sucker is right there.
Good Lord.
Did we really do this?
The next step is to bring the ring adapter down.
Сейчас 900 футов в секунду.
We've come to the end of what I think has been the most successful mission I could have possibly imagined. We've worked together extremely well, had a great launch, rendezvous and docking, and the chance to see the station Mir, to fly around inside it, exchanging cargo. I think it's most difficult to say goodbye, and the Russians have a much better expression, which is "До свидания," until we see each other again.
До свидания. До свидания. До свидания. Всем до свидания. До свидания, Chris. До свидания. Okay. Yeah, I will be pushing the undocking button. Jim, I'll be looking for someone to watch the hooks when I push it.
Got it.
There we go. Okay. Clock's running. We have good physical separation. Looks beautiful.
The Russian interface officer is notifying the mission control in Kaliningrad that the Mir crew can go back to attitude control now on the space station.
This is Shuttle Launch Control. T-minus 3 hours in holding. And we do have coverage. Commander Kevin Chilton ready to go this morning. Pilot Richard Searfoss. Mission Specialist Ron Thega. Mission Specialist Shannon Lucid, flying for the 5th time today. The first American woman to be launched aboard the Mir station. She'll be staying on Mir for about 143 days until August, conducting long-duration space research. Mission Specialist Rich Clifford. Mission Specialist Linda Godwin. She's making her 3rd flight today.
Clear caution and warning memory, verify no unexpected error. Flight crew, OT2 flow, launch your visors and initiate OT flow. Have a great flight. Thanks very much.
This marks the 3rd flight of the shuttle to the Mir link-up. T-minus 40 seconds.
Relative go for auto sequence start.
9. We have a go for engine start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition and liftoff of Atlantis on the 3rd Shuttle Mir docking flight.
Atlantis is now flying free, powered by its own main engine.
Утра, потому что в 8 вечера включили.
Здрасте, а спать кто за вас будет?
8 feet closing 0.08.
And I show 8 feet also.
Good. Good comparison.
Go for contact conditions for 0.1, Shelley. We're a little on the slow side. Okay, BDAP in.
4 feet.
Raw data's picked it up, showing 0.11. 2 seconds early. 0.10 on the rate. Okay, hold what you got. It's sweet. .10, .10.
I agree. 1 foot out the window.
1 second early.
Got 6 inches. 2 inches. Contact.
Contact.
Capture.
Yes,
I see a capture. Disarm, PCT. You confirm capture? Capture is confirmed.
Yes, I'm 5.
PCT, disarm, flight controller, power off. Beautiful.
Unbelievable, Chili.
Great, incredible, awesome.
Sweet.
Absolutely.
Today on this tour starts with the airlock, and now we're entering the docking adapter and heading over to the Mir space station. It gets pretty crowded in the passageways there. Most of these bags are filled with transfer items going one way or the other. Right in the center of the field of view is one of the gyrodynes. We transferred one of those yesterday as one of our first transfer items, a new refurbished gyrodyne to the Mir, and then we're taking back an old one for refurbishment. This is inside the Spectre module, which will be basically Shannon's home for the next several months. She'll be conducting her experiments in here. And here, Juliana Franco and Chili and Shannon are discussing some of the transfer operations. From here, we're going to proceed into the Command 1 module. And at the end of that is the Soyuz. And we'll get all the way down to the end picture here. And I poked the camera in. Here are the Russian suits inside the Soyuz, and not only all three, of course, are Russian equipment, but Shannon's suit is in there. It was checked out yesterday, and she's officially a member of the Mir 21 crew now.
We certainly hope not to use those Soyuz modules, but it's nice to know they're there should it become necessary.
Here we're just about ready to enter the docking module. And if you notice in the lower center part of the field of view, you see a target similar to the, well, it is the exact docking target that Chile used to dock yesterday. And we'll play ODS centerline camera here for just a minute and do our own little docking maneuver.
Copy that, Rick, and we have to use that thing quite a few more times, so let's be careful with it. Copy, physical separation. We have a spectacular view of the Mir space station over the South Pacific.
$5,000 radar. Both channels look good. 1,000. 400.
The landing gear is now down and locked.
40, 240, 30. Slightly low. 230, 15. Hold it right there. 220, 7, 216. Touchdown at 270 knots.
And nose gear touchdown.
Coming on the brakes.
Atlantis is rolling out on runway 33 at the Kennedy Space Center, completing 129 orbits of the Earth.
This is shuttle launch control at T-minus 3 hours and holding. We're in the suit-up room now with Commander John Casper. And here is pilot Kurt Brown, mission specialist Andy Thomas, Dan Birch. Here is Canadian mission specialist Mark Garneau. This is his second flight into space. Mario Runco making his third trip into space. And here are our astronauts now, just leaving the suit-up room, headed for the elevator.
Denver, OTC Air to Ground 1, how do you read? CDR, last clear. PLG, last clear. MS1, last clear. MS2, last clear. MS3, last clear. MS4, last clear. Close the launch devices, the interior two-flow, and we all keep our best wishes for a smooth ride up the hill. Roger and work, and we'll see you in 10 days.
Range safety command systems are armed. 7. Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. liftoff of the Space Shuttle Endeavour to develop the practical and the beneficial aspects of space.
Houston now control. The Endeavour's underway on its 11th trip to space. The engines on board now throttle back to prepare the spacecraft to pass through the area of maximum air pressure and go supersonic. Confirms a good jettison of the twin solid rockets.
Endeavour performance nominal.
Houston Endeavour, we have it.
Okay, we see the jettison, Houston. And the antenna was pointed away from us.
From the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, this is Space Shuttle Columbia Launch Control. And we are at T-minus 3 hours and counting. Situated in Columbia's payload bay is the Life and Microgravity Space Lab. The LMS mission will seek answers to questions about our ability to sustain life for prolonged periods of time and space. This is a good view of our commander, Tom Hendricks, who is on his 4th space flight. Our pilot, Kevin Kregel, is on his 2nd flight. Jean-Jacques Favier is a member of the French Space Agency. Susan Helms is the only female aboard the vehicle that will be flying today, and she has already flown 2 missions. Mission specialist Richard Linehan is on his 1st flight. Charles Brady on his 1st flight as well is giving a thumbs up that he too is ready and anxious to go. And the final member of our 7-person crew is Robert Brent Thirsk, representing the Canadian Space Agency. He is a medical doctor, and in 1993 and 94, he was the Canadian Space Agency's chief astronaut. Everything continues to go on schedule for a launch of Space Shuttle Columbia. And here we have them. Richard Linehan, Charles Brady, Jean-Jacques Favier, and Robert Brent Thirsk. Now we have pictures of the crew departing the van. NASA Test Director John Guidi has given approval for the crew to begin entry into the vehicle. As the crew is preparing to enter the orbiter, astronaut support personnel have mounted in the crew module a small camera that will allow us to see live pictures of the crew being seated in Columbia. This is the first time NASA TV has shown live pictures of this event. T-minus 7 minutes and counting. Columbia is now running off its 3 main onboard fuel cells. T-minus 15. 9, 8, we have a go, main engine start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we have liftoff of the space shuttle.
That's why we have tethers.
A lot of people real happy to see that video. It sure does show you coming back off your chairs after the 3G. Real nice.
It's just a fantastic experience to share. Welcome aboard the Space Shuttle Columbia. This is STS-78. It's a study on the effects of the human body being exposed to this environment. Astronauts tend to inadvertently develop a torso rotation motor strategy to try to minimize our symptoms of motion sickness. We're going to be measuring our eye movements with special electrodes that we apply to our face, and also we'll be measuring our torso movements as well with a special backpack accelerometer which is fixed to our back. This is ALFE, short for Astronaut Lung Function Experiment, and it is designed to measure gas exchange in the human lung on Earth and in space or free fall. And what we hope to ascertain from these experiments is how the gas flow rate in the lung changes or aligns itself in the lung. All this information will be put to use in one way or the other for long-term space flight.
Now, our primary goal in LMS is to quantify the effects of microgravity on the adult human body. But what happens to a developing organism in microgravity? Well, we're flying an experiment called STLB, which studies just that. Now, STLB is a module filled with Medaka fish embryos, which are being allowed to develop on orbit with us during the mission. Now, initial results seem to indicate that our space embryos develop somewhat slower than those in the ground. And NASA someday hopes to use this information to better understand the normal embryological process of development, and also hopefully to apply this knowledge later on to long-duration space travel and colonization.
Happy birthday, Canada, from the Space Shuttle Columbia.
Going for the ball bar, keep the roll coming, 600.
Harry Houston, looking good on the heck.
Gonna get the gear, 300. Gear on the way. Get the ball bar. Keep it coming down. Ball bar, 50 feet. Looking good. 20, 230, 15, 10, 230. Keep it off, keep it off, keep it off. Touchdown.
Challenger, go with throttle up. Roger, go with throttle up.
Columbia, Houston, com check. Columbia, Houston, com check.
Engine 103, 103. I don't like this roll. Teammate goes. Pressure start. It's looking good. Okay.